as the opposition team, I would like to point out some of the claims that the proposition team made. The first one is, I would like to ask the meaning of constrained to a traditional view of success. Does this mean a standard basic educational system, such as, going into college, finish high school, going into college, finish college, graduate college, and getting a degree, and then you get a job, an applicable job for that degree? Is that the definition of traditional success in the propositions team's view, or is it something along the lines of needing or having a formal education in order to for quote unquote success? And if so, uh, there are other creative jobs or outlets that requires formal education, such as chef, um, interior designer, or architect, and etc. I would like to point out three. I have three main points for from the opposition team. We have three main points. The first one is risks for creative jobs. The second one is guaranteed job in formal education, and the third one is self-education is ineffective. We'll start from the first one, and that is risks for these creative jobs. What do you mean by risks for these creative jobs? When you try to pursue creative skills or career, you have to sacrifice something. In this particular motion, you have children have the choice to deprioritize formal education in order to pursue digital creative skills. And here's the thing: once you deprioritize formal education, there's no coming back. Yes, well, you could say there are some debates on this particular issue, but in small cases, like for example, if you're not studying for your assignments or studying for an upcoming entrance exams, and instead you try to pursue, or you try to refine your creative skills, or try to find a creative career, you can't come back to that. You're lacking education that you would have had if you would have prioritized your time into formal education. And on the extreme cases, such as dropping out of a school, you tend to sacrifice more for the risks of of pursuing these creative jobs. There are actually more risks to it than it is rewarding for you. Uh, the main risks why these the main reasons why these creative jobs are very risky is that once you deviate from formal education, you're now stuck, or you're now by your own. You're by yourself, and skill growth that have happened, that you have experienced, that you have built up upon years after years of school, are now impractical or even useless at some points, right? For example, you've learned in high school, you've learned chemistry, and you've learned something like sociology or biology. In creative skills or creative mind, those lessons or those subjects are impractical, and even some are even useless. And to add to that, students um, that do deprioritize formal education will have poor grades, and they would also face economic problems alongside it, and also the lack of degree. If in extreme cases you sacrifice your formal education in the pursuit of creative skills and or career, you you're sacrificing your chance to get a degree and therefore better education or better jobs. So you're risking that for the pursuit of digital and creative skills. And for the second argument, and that is guaranteed job in formal education. What do I mean by this? Well, since in formal education, here's the thing: in formal education, students that have finished or completed formal education would be more organized, systematic, more productive, better communicating, would have a better cognitive brain, etc. They are more applicable for jobs. And when you finished, or in this case, when you finish studying formal education, you would receive more sort of reward to yourself. You have completed one step in life, and with this sort of experience that you have, with this experience and education, you can easily apply to jobs that might use your degree. If you finished a college, if you finished college and you got a degree, it's easier to get a job rather than deprioritizing yourself and to pursue some other things. In this case, to pursue creative skill or a creative career. And the last one is self-education is ineffective. Now, self-education is ineffective in a lot of ways. And why this is ineffective is it really depends, and it really boils down to if the student committed if the student committed if they're committed to pursuing creative skills or not. Because when you think about it, if they are committed enough, they could, generally they could develop their own skills and their own mindset. But more often than not, people that do these self-education would have a very hard time starting out or making having a foothold to themselves. They are they have more difficult time learning by themselves. For example, learning by a video or from a book isn't really that effective as compared to learning from a school or learning from a teacher. And it really relies on your own initiatives or on your own. Again, it's committable. It's either you commit or you don't. And there's also a lack of self-discipline, and that's why I oppose this motion. Thank you.